Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today, instead of showing you how to plant trees, I'm going to show you how to kill them. Like every other landowner, we have junk and nuisance trees all over the place. One way to get rid of them is to restore any prairie that was there and burn it every year. We can do that in a lot of areas, and we do that in a lot of areas, but a lot of other areas, we got to get in there and kill them. So, well, let's go over to the area that I'm going to kill this year. I do a different area every year. They're not going to go anywhere real quick, but this area is starting to get overgrown. So we got to get rid of them this year. So let's get over there and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, here is the culprits. Just in this little area, there's a little tree right there, but there's 2 back there and maybe 5 right here. But look at over here. 1, 2, 3, that one. That's maybe 2.5, 3 inches around. And, oh, I don't know, maybe 10 feet tall. Another big one back there. These are all weeds, but we got another big one here, one there, and there's going to be tons more. As you start taking them out, you'll find ones like this. I really should burn this area, but I don't want to do it with these trees here. I think I'm going to take the trees out, throw them on the pile, and then burn this area, but I want to get the farm all out of here first. But back to the trees. Yeah, look at all of them down there. I'm going to take out all of these trees using different tools. Wherever possible, I'm going to use the lopper, which is one of these 2, or I can use the smaller lopper, but on these big trees, I'm going to use the Sawzall. I do have a little Saker chainsaw, but the charger broke on it, so it doesn't use like USB or anything like that. It has a little round connection, so until I can find a little connection for that. And I do have a DeWalt little chainsaw, but these trees are too small for that. Only 3 or 4 of them need to be sawn down. The rest of them can just be lopped off. And as soon as you get them lopped off, that's why you don't want to go through and just lop down all the trees. You have to lop 3 or 4 down and then go back and put Tordon on the stump. This is Tordon right here. Tordon RTU. RTU stands for ready to use. And what this does is it'll soak down into the roots and kill the roots. If you just lop these off, they're going to grow back, but they're going to grow back actually like a bush. They'll send out all kinds of sprouts from the roots and whatever's left of the stem. And after a few years, we have one like that around the corner where the neighbor who used to own this property here, he just kept mowing it down. And it grew into an incredible bushy tree, and once they get like that, they're really hard to deal with. I'm also going to be lopping these raspberries and blackberries. There's quite a few of them in here, and when they come back, I can put Tordon on them, and that'll kill them. I may do that on some, but I can also come back and spray 2,4-D or Triclopyr on them at a later date, which is probably what I'll do. Okay, so to get started, We have, oh, did I mention, no, I did not mention the tree types. I believe these trees right in here are mulberry. I could be mistaken, but I do believe these are all mulberry. Mulberry is very invasive. The birds eat the berries and then shit them out all over the place, and you'll have thousands of mulberries after a while. So we got mulberry, aspen, birch, and what the heck is the other one? There's, let me see, mulberry, black willow. Black willow is incredibly invasive, and most of the ones other than mulberry are really invasive because they're, I forget what that's called, like when an area burns out or something, they're the ones that grow first. They love full sunshine, and they don't live very long, but they live long enough to get like this. All of these grew because the farmer abandoned this pasture, and within a couple years, the whole edge of it is going to be paper birch like this. Okay, enough talking. We'll get a couple of these. We'll try to make a path down to the burn pile, get this area right here cleaned out, and then work our way around the back there. We'll get to these bigger trees in just a bit. And while I have this opened up a bit, I should probably dice up that wood right there. It's right next to the road. I can just toss the logs up there. Let's get to these. And you don't want to cut more than you're able to spray, or not spray, but you just dribble a little bit of Tordon, and you can really do this any time of year, but the worst time is when the sap is flowing. The sap is not flowing quite yet because it'll wash the perchlorum, or it'll wash the Tordon out. I believe this is black willow. Oh, another weed tree in this area is cottonwood. And we have a giant cottonwood right over there. I'll show it to you in a little bit. This right here is one that was just cut and not sprayed. And it has 5 trunks. 5 trunks coming from the same spot, because it wasn't killed all the way. All right, let me get a few more of these done, and we'll move over to those big trees. Okay, all done. I probably got 30 trees out of here, and there might be a few stragglers mixed up in this mess, but I'm gonna burn this. I'll probably burn it tonight if I can, but this has to be burned soon. It's getting late in the year, and if it's not burned soon, it's not going to get burned this year. I'll just burn up to this log. We'll start the fire here and put it out and let it go that way. What we're doing with this area, and we've had this in the plans for quite some time, but we had a horse fence going across here for the longest time. It's down right now. You could see this tree took it down. I'm going to pull that out of there and cut those logs over there. There's probably 4 or 5 trees that are down here, and get rid of this as well. These are decent firewood. I could drive the gator in here then and get wood from over there. But what we want to do with these pastures is have like a 10-foot wide road going around the perimeter. We already have that in the south pasture. This is the west pasture. We can do it pretty easy, but we just got to keep this area clear. We can't have a bunch of trees here. And then we'll have to have the dirt guy come over and just smooth this path off right here and gravel it up a little bit, get it nice and even. And then we'll be able to just take the mower and go around the edge. Otherwise, it's going to get all grown in, and we're just going to have a woods here, and we really don't want that. We got plenty of woods over that way. We have about 30 acres of woods, and we only have about 5 acres of cleared land, and we want to keep it cleared. So we'll probably be doing this same thing over in the north pasture, but that is definitely not going to be this year. And I'm not real sure how much we're going to do on this pasture this year, but we're at least going to take this log and probably some of those logs out for firewood this coming winter and get this area burned and cleaned up so that it can be used. All right, there is more trees down this way, but they're not like the trees that were here. They're kind of scattered. There's probably a bit more right in here, and then one every 20-30 feet as you get down into the woods. But we got to get those as well. Okay, this is the edge of our lot line, and that's where I was clearing before, up and around the corner right there. And I'm going to work my way to that. This is what I was talking about. There's one right here, one right there. That one might be dead, but we'll give it a try anyways. And one right there. And then I don't think the next one is until way over there. And the reason we're clearing these, we're trying to keep about 30 feet off to the side of the road clear so that we can grow these bur oaks here. This is one of my bur oaks, and it should have this stake right behind it, but these have been falling out. I'm going to come back here with some paint, repaint those, and re-put them in the ground just in case I get a little over rambunctious and come in here and cut them out. So just 3 trees right here. And like I said, I could see one right there by the road, but they're few and far between in here because this doesn't get anywhere near as much sun. Looks like the deer bit this one off. It's possible I could have did that, but I don't know why I would have cut them way the heck up here. All right, let me get these 3 and then we'll go look for another one. This is the tree that got me thinking I really need to get in here and do some killing. The last time I killed through here was when I went through with a saw blade on the brush whacker, and that was the initial clearing. And almost every tree that I've killed today through here was coming off of a sawn off tree. So they were all resprouts. So now that they're killed, it's probably going to be many years before I got to do this again. Looks like we got an anemone. It's hard for me to say that. I believe that's an anemone. Yep. It is definitely spring. So we got this one, that one looks like it's dead. We got our coneflowers that spread over here by themselves. But we got, it looks like maybe 4 or 5 right in here, and then we're back at the area where we started. So we are almost done. I'm going to finish up real quick, and then we'll take a tour along the edge and take a look at what it looks like, and that'll wrap things up. All right. Here's the edge of our property, and that is a bur oak. There's 3 of them along here. So it's pretty darn clean. Most of the stuff you see growing is blackberries. That's another bur oak right there. Pretty much got all of the trees in this area. Oh, that's a branch. And there's the last bur oak right there. Yeah, nice and clean. Let me show you this little area right here. Okay, I had to turn Gator off because it was way too noisy. I cleared this area several years ago, probably 3 years ago, could be 4 though, but I never cleared it all the way out. I want to get in here and just do however many trees, probably 20 trees right in this area, and all of the trees in this clearing right here, and everything along the road right here. So this is going to take the rest of the day. I'll come back and do this after lunch. As for this burn over here, like I said, I may do this later on tonight, but I'm not 100% sure on that. It may be tomorrow morning, but whenever I do it, I'll film that as well. That should be a short video. So if you want to see that or any of the clearing videos when we start clearing this area out so that we can mow it, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.